For us, we have three main elements to our culture as a program, okay? The first one's uncommon effort. So what does this mean for us? Well, it essentially means that, hey, no matter what you're doing, right, and it doesn't just have to be football related, it could be classroom related, no matter what you're doing, you're putting your full self to it, right? You're completely committing to it, right? So the uncommon piece of this is saying, hey, if you want and expect better results than anyone else, you can't be doing the same level of work that they're doing. Right? You want people to be able to watch you and say, well, you know, when they're watching your film or they come to see you on game day, you want people to be able to watch you and say, wow, no matter what the situation, no matter how long this game's been going on, no matter how many times this guy's been on the field, he just doesn't quit, right? He's got one hell of a motor, right? We want to do things in a different way than other people. That's what it's going to take to be successful. Right? Having that effort, attacking everything that you do in your day with uncommon effort, right, is one of our keys to success. So one of the things that's going to shape you to being not only a successful athlete, right, but a successful person. If everything that's in front of you, you say, hey, I'm going to go at this with great effort, right, my full attention, right? I'm going to do it until I can't do it at my highest level anymore. Right? Approach practice like that, approach meetings like that, approach game day like that, approach your classroom like that, approach tests like that, right? The effort you put into studying, right? The effort that you put into practice, right? Like I said, I want every rep at practice to be a competition, right? You need to push each other. If you're not giving uncommon effort, it's not going to be like that, right? That is something that we demand out of you, okay? The second piece here, relentless energy. Okay, so I changed this from relentless positivity a year ago, and the reason I did that is not because I don't believe in positivity, but I actually quite frankly think that positive energy is really important for a football team. I really do believe that. It's really important for a team. It's important for a program, right? But I changed this to relentless energy because I think it's saying, hey, you know what? No matter what I'm going to, and this is very much related to that first point, no matter what I'm going to, I want to bring a lot of energy to it, right? You see guys that play with a lot of energy on game day, not only do they play better, but they uplift the guys around them, right? Guys that show up with a lot of energy to practice, they're going to have better practices, right? You see guys that show up to practice and they're tired and they're sitting there going, oh man, I got to go to practice tonight, right? That's not showing up with a lot of energy. How good do you think their practices go? Not very well, right? They don't make the guy across them better. They don't make themselves better, right? So showing up with relentless energy, bringing that energy to everything you're doing, bringing that excitement to everything you're doing, even if it's just a meeting. You come excited, ready to learn, that's showing up with relentless energy, right? No matter the situation you're in, right? If you're in a game and you're down by a couple points and the clock's running down, if you're playing with a lot of energy, even though things might not look great, that's going to look great on you, and that's going to give us a chance. That's going to give you a chance, right? Okay, so showing up with relentless energy to everything. Again, those first 2 points are really tightly related. The third one here, focusing on the opportunity. Okay, so I think out of the three, to me, this one's the biggest. Right? Out of these three, this one's the biggest. So there's two elements to this for me. Right? The first one is saying, hey, do you recognize the opportunity you have? Right? You know, recognizing the opportunity is essentially saying, hey, you know, I got a test coming up at the end of this week. Right? I recognize that, hey, to do good on that test, I got to study my ass off. Right? Recognizing the opportunity that, hey, practice is an opportunity for me to improve. Practice is an opportunity for me to get better. Right? Recognizing, hey, what do I have to do at practice to make the most out of that opportunity? Meetings, they're an opportunity to learn, right? They're an opportunity to show up, right? Learn the things that you're doing, improve mentally, right? Game days, it's an opportunity for you to show what all your hard work is for, right? You know, I want you guys to play with confidence. I want you guys to play with swagger. At the end of the day, you only get 7 of these things, right? 7 guaranteed meaningful games, right? Like I just said, you're only guaranteed 7 meaningful games throughout this season. Right? You should show up on those days confident. You should show up on those days recognizing, hey, it's an opportunity to show what you work so hard for throughout the week, what you work so hard for throughout the preseason, enjoying that experience, right? An opportunity to show how good you are, right? How good the team can be, right? Those are a great opportunity for you. The second piece of that is respecting your opportunity, right? So respecting your opportunity essentially means, hey, I've recognized what it's going to take to get the most out of this opportunity that I have. Respecting it is actually putting in that work, right? It's showing up with that relentless energy and that uncommon effort, right? Those first 2 points, right? Respecting it is saying, hey, you know, if I got practice tonight, I'm choosing to go there, right? And I'm choosing to say, hey, I'm going to make the most out of this practice. I recognize I got to give a lot of effort, got to bring a lot of energy. Respecting it means you're actually going to do that, right? The attention and focus that you have on your opportunity is going to make the results of what your opportunity can actually be, right? Reaching the potential of that opportunity, right? And I think potential is a word that, I say this every year about, because we've had some pretty good football teams here. I do think potential is your worst enemy sometimes, right? Guys see potential and they think stuff's just going to happen naturally, right? It takes them away from recognizing the opportunity they have to reach that potential, right? And it takes them away from realizing the hard work that it's going to take to reach that potential, right? So focusing on this opportunity is the attention and focus to details, right? Once you recognize that you have an opportunity ahead of you every single day, right? And that you respect that opportunity by giving it your effort that it needs and the attention that it needs to prosper for you guys. I did change this from last year where we had this next piece here, a phrase that defines us. I choose one of these each of the last couple of years. Last year's was choices make champions. And, I still love that one. The reason I chose that one was saying, hey, every single day you have a series of choices, right? You have a choice to get up in the morning. You have a choice to, brush your teeth, make your bed, go to school, pay attention in class, take notes, watch film, do your lifts, go to practice, have a great practice. You have those choices to make every single day, right? And if you make the right choices, it's going to make you successful. Again, I say a champion because in football we become champions, right? But even in life, being successful, the choices you make every day, right, can help lead you to being successful. This year, I've changed this to be treat every day like it's 3rd and 1. Okay, so, 3rd and 1 is one of the most high pressure scenarios that you have in football, right? If you're an offensive guy, you need that yard. You're a defensive guy, you need to stop them from getting that yard, right? What I'm saying here is, hey, can you treat every single day, every single practice, every single rep in practice or in a game like it's that high stress situation, right? If it's 3rd and 1, when you see a lot of guys' best come out, right? You see a lot of guys give everything they have into that one play, right? Can you treat every single day with that level of seriousness, that level of importance, that level of intensity where, hey, if you're going to be the guy to go get me that yard, right? I said this at halftime in one of our games this past summer. Who's going to be the guy to go get me that yard when I need that extra yard, when we need that extra yard? Who's going to do that for themselves? Who's going to do that for their teammates, for their coaching staff? Who's going to be that guy, right? And so when you treat every single day like you need to go get that yard, you're going to treat that like with that level of intensity, right? That level of seriousness where it's like, hey, if you have, a crappy practice or you don't show up or you don't pay attention in meetings or you don't give effort, you just lost that 3rd and 1. You just lost it, right? Who's going to show up and treat every single day, no matter it's a meeting, an indoor practice, an outdoor practice, a game day, who's going to treat that like it's 3rd and 1? Like it's that high stress scenario, right? Who's going to go get that yard? Okay, that's what I think is going to define us this year, is who's willing to show up every single day, and are we able to do it as a group? And as a group, are we able to treat every day like it's 3rd and 1? Because you got 12 guys on the field that need to do it together, right? It's all about doing it together, okay? Who is going to be the guys that collectively decide, hey, if we treat every day like it's 3rd and 1, and we're determined to go get that yard, when you're actually in that situation, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier. Right? Who is going to be the guys that are going to go do that? That's what we want a part of this football team. That's what's going to define us and help us reach our goals.